Alexa, turn on office lights. Bankies on it too. Bankies on it. And Daddy's had also little bankies on it. You could never even believe it. Could never even believe it. Hot mic. All right. Might as well then just kick it off. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Finally got the Bark Squad. Calm down. They are ready to go. What is going on? Monstar, welcome to the stream, brother. If you guys haven't gone and checked out Monstar's channel, go and do so now. There's a whole bunch of people actually starting to get more in the spirit of streaming. All kinds of shows going on. Very interesting. But tonight, what we have going on here is almost like a TWO takeover. Dubs getting another shot at Blackheart. Robbo getting a shot at JP. Title belts on the line. Blaze McCoy. We're going to see Jay Savage in action for the very first time since winning the Universal World Champion. Rowdy's going to be doing this thing against Matt Storm and a whole bunch more. So stay tuned and let's get this thing going. What is going on, Logan Windsor? Welcome to the stream. Frost, what is happening? Wally, what's going on, my man? Welcome to the stream. Prime time. And Sam. Sam likes to say hi, bye, in between, say stuff, and then retract the message.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Television Championship.
What is going on, Blazed Radio? Welcome to the show. So, big things happening. You know, we go back and we look who is now wearing the TCW World Championship. Digital Dogs finally winning the TCW World Championship. So we have seen these guys and really kind of taken on the attitude of Digital Dogs. All these guys trying to step up. You see Chilavok wearing the Survival title belt. What is that going to mean now for Matt Storm? Can Andrew Dubs step up here tonight and win back the television title? Guys, too, while we got a second, remember, drop the like, subscribe, do all the stuff. But most importantly, get out there, share the video. What is going on? Eagle Star, welcome to the show. One of the interesting things, too, you start looking at all the stuff, you start seeing what is happening. And when the corporate syndicate broke up, even though Blackheart, not a member of the corporate syndicate, almost like he's trolling them a bit, still wearing the suit, still wearing the logo of the corporate syndicate. But there are only 4 members in the corporate syndicate as of right now. The VP stepped up to take the lead. JP, Zach Hamilton, Vipiro, and Sam Hacksaw. Only true members left in the corporate syndicate. But again, we look at Blackheart. I don't think he cares. You know what I mean? He's like, hey, you want me to stop wearing the colors? Come stop me. Former 2-time TCW World Champion. Kind of easier said than done. You don't just get a step up to the plate and maybe make Blackheart stop doing some things if he's got his mind set to do them. Blackheart, though, lately on an absolute tear. Really dominating, and then making quite the list of people he has beat defending this title.
Introducing the challenger from Burnaby, British Columbia, Canada, weighing in at 237 pounds, the innovator, Andrew Dubs. And his opponent from another time, weighing in at 266 pounds, the World Television Champion, the Evil Within, Blackheart.
So, we've seen Andrew Dubs win the television title, but we have not seen him be able to beat Blackheart and win that title. So, can he do it here tonight? Rarely does anybody get 2 shots at it, but he is getting exactly that here tonight. And if Dubs can find a way to win this title belt, he will become the very first 3-time television champion. So, can he take that attitude that Digital Dogs has been displaying. Can he take some of that moxie and turn it in to another television title run? And really, so far, one of the guys that kind of gave Blackheart his best run at it has been Dubs. So probably why the powers that be in the back decided to book this match again, see what is going on. But you can see, again, Blackheart came down. Nobody on his side, nobody coming down with him. But the TWO coming down in force here tonight. You know, we talked about the corporate syndicate going down to 4 members. Well, on the men's side, the TWO has done the exact same thing. So where does that leave Jay Savage? Again, we're going to see him a little later here tonight. Where does that leave Totes? Totes getting ousted, Savage leaving with them. And the Hit Squad also leaving the TWO. So, again, it's starting to look like things are starting to shape up. Teams are starting to form for faction wars. We saw Rowdy going back to the Horsemen, and they said they dropped the number 4. Now, that doesn't mean there's going to be more than 4 Horsemen. Doesn't mean there's going to be, you know, more than 3 Horsemen. Who knows how many Horsemen? They just dropped the 4 on there, even though they hold it up for nostalgia. But what is that gonna mean moving forward? Welcome, El Grande Bertacano. Welcome to the stream. What's going on, Beast? Welcome to the stream, brother. So you can see the back and forth. These guys going back and forth. We've seen Dubs pretty much controlling the match, but Blackheart also getting in. And you kind of wonder, you can see Digital right there has been on the edge of that mat this entire match. Looking like he's trying to coach Dubs to this win. 1, 2. And the champ able to kick out in 2. But here it is again now, locking it in, kind of that reverse chin lock, but also putting the pressure on the that lower body, pushing back on the knees, but it's also creating pressure on the hips right there. Still, Blackheart able to fight out of it, but Andrew Dubs maintaining control. Now here is where the champ gets super dangerous. You wonder, like, how Blackheart can beat you. If you put a little daylight between the two of you, he can put a nail in the coffin really quick. So, at this point in the match, Dubs is going to want to stay right on top. Even if he's not in control, but he's going to want to stay on top and stay close to Blackheart. But this is what I'm talking about, and this might be it. 1, 2. And I don't even know if Dubs kicked out. It almost looked like Blackheart let him up. And it's hard to believe that he kicked out. He's having a hard time getting back up to his feet. And I thought it was coming again. But it almost looks like Blackheart wanting to prove a point. Maybe not even winning the match isn't the point that he's trying to make, but trying to prove a point, whatever that point may be. Like, hey, let me show you what a beatdown looks like. And Dubs, though, fighting back. Probably not the guy you want to let off the hook. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, we might have a 3-time television champion. The Japnadian Destroyer. 1, 2, 3. And the TWO gets one belt richer. You know, far be it from me to question what goes on the booking of this show. Find it hard to believe that somebody is getting, you know, 2 consecutive chances at a television title. And then as I say this, Dubs finds a way to take out Blackheart. And again, we've talked about this, but Blackheart has absolutely been in control of all of his matches. Even the last one between him and Dubs. Yeah, Dubs gave him the best match, but still, Blackheart was in control. Now in this match, it looked like Dubs had a lot more control. And then right there, you see what I'm talking about. Most of the time when you see a guy kick out, he kicks out and he gets up. That is not what happened right there. Thanks, brother. You know, it's very interesting. I almost, instead of doing a show, I almost did the deep dive because I owe you guys a deep dive. We're going to talk about that.
World Television Champion, the Innovator, Andrew Dubb.
When we do the deep dive, we're going to talk not just about the wrestlers and what's going on with the wrestlers. We're also going to talk about maybe the channel and what's going on with the channel. There's some interesting things going on. And I know that, yeah, it's been 7 days since we've had a show. That's why I was like, no, we got to show over podcast. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean we won't have a podcast coming up soon. You guys, that's why I put Deep Dive 2 in the new goal for this one. Don't think that I forgot about the first one. I haven't. But if it's been 7 days, we want shows. You know what I mean? I know what you guys want. We got to do it that way. So, but very interesting stuff. So we'll see what is going on. Now, getting ready to see Robbo take on JP in JP's very first United States title defense since winning the belt and stopping the historic run of Matt Storm.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the United States Championship.
It's really interesting when you look at the validity of the title belts, right? So when we look at the validity of title belts and you look at the United States Championship, it is one of the most validated title belts that is out there. It has had, and not just by who has won it, but by how it's been defended. It has been defended. There is way less one and dones when dealing with the title belt. Matter of fact, since the inception of WCW, Peyton Hardy, one and done. Kurt Hennig, one and done. Totes McGoats defended the belt 11 times. Matt Storm defended the belt 10 times. Vipero defended the belt 4 times. Rated R2K defended the belt 3 times. Rowdy Hunt twice defended the belt twice. LA Knight, Sting, Rated R2K again defended the belt at least once before dropping it. So the validity of that belt, like I'm saying, is something that's like on another level. But look at the state of the corporate syndicate. Just dripping in gold. JP made that, he called that shot in season 6 instead of taking over joined in with Savage, and then when the big split happened in the Horsemen, it also caused a split in the Syndicate with Savage leaving, JP then stepping up. However, instead of just taking the leadership role, merging the Syndicate into the corporation and now becoming the leader of the corporate syndicate. So it's really going to be interesting in Faction Wars. As Faction Wars, we are starting to see the teams form. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that all goes down.
Introducing the challenger. From Grays, England, weighing in at 228 pounds, Rob O. And his opponent, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 203 pounds, the United States Champion, the All-American JP.
What's crazy, we've heard in the back that JP has a brand new All-American outfit that he was going to wear when he defends the United States title belt. However, apparently not tonight. But that isn't going to stop the title defenses. Now, you look at Robbo, and yeah, Robbo's been having a lot of problems as of late. Not a lot of wins getting put up on the docket. But the crazier thing than that, but again, you look at Robbo, yeah, rough time as of late, but Robbo, a Universal World Champion. Big controversy between him and Hogan when he left the Horsemen. It was a weird time, and it could have worked out really well. Ended up not working out so well, but it could have ended up working out pretty well. Also, Robbo, a one-time TCW World Champion. And then JP's always been a solid fighter. Don't get me wrong. JP's always been on another level in his weight class. And maybe one up. But still, if you would have told me 2 seasons ago JP and Robbo would be fighting in a ring where Robbo would be considered the underdog in the match, I would have told you were crazy, but that is what we're facing right here tonight. What's going on, Matt Storm? Welcome to the stream. What is happening, Brian? Welcome to the show, brother. And that's part of the deal with Robbo, too. You know, you look at Robbo, and Robbo was the leader of the Horsemen, not really considered to be a good guy. Not a bad guy, but definitely not a good guy. Since trying to help the TCW, since getting away from, like, being involved in a faction necessarily, even though he's been involved in a couple others, but still, more for the good of TCW, more to put an end to the reign of the Horsemen, the reign of the Syndicate, the reign of the TWO. Has not had that same fire, so really trying to recapture some of that fire here tonight in the ring. Will he be able to do it? And the big deal with JP, and the real problem with JP is this. JP can end your night in 3 moves. Typically, he'll do them on the outside of the ring. Like if he starts it on the outside of the ring, you're done. You're done. But he can do it on the inside of the ring too. And is this the start? Oh, we're about to find out. JP slowing it down. And usually when he slows it down, he is trying to speed it up. And here is the start of it. Can he? Oh, Robbo knows. Look, Robbo trying to get away. JP not allowing him to do it, staying right on top of it, staying right on top of Robbo, and it might be all over. Thought he would go for the last move. And maybe he'll do it right here, but even if he does, did that give Robbo enough of a breather in between? And he was going for it. Robbo thought he stopped it. JP, though, fights through the fight through. Splits him open, but goes right back to slowing it down a little bit. Letting the ground game take care of itself, making sure that he's staying in control. Just like an old Montgomery Gentry song, now he's slowing it down, and he's turning around. But trying not to let Robbo turn around. Oh, and you don't want to turn around to this. Look, Robbo bleeding out the whole right side of his face. Catches that foot right up underneath the chin yet again. And even though his finishing move has nothing to do with the legs, kicking out does. So attacking those legs, trying to make sure he can't kick out too. And you can see the frustration on JP's face. Like, look, even though JP might be in control, even though he might have taken Robbo's best shot, starting to figure out why Robbo was selected as the leader of the Horsemen. At the end of the day, regardless, he is one tough SOB. So flips him around, and that has got to be it. Title defense 1. In the bag. Oh, not in the bag. And look at this. This is where Robbo might be able to take advantage. JP getting a little bit cocky. Can Robbo turn it around? Gave him the old karate chop. 2. Let's try karate chop. Karate, right? Gave him the old karate. What the heck did I say? And now Robbo trying to end it right here. Will he be able to do it? Gets him up and back down. That might be it. 1, 2. And JP showing his toughness now. And Zach Hamilton, and we've seen Zach Hamilton this season get a lot more involved, allowing JP to get up, a little flippity trickety doodads. 2. Oh, and look at the blood running down. And the bridge. Look at the blood all over the mat. This has been a heck of a match, but that is Robbo's blood all over this match. All over the mat. And another shot to the head. And JP is saying, get up, let's end it right now. Blood on the chest, blood on the face, on the mat, driven into the mat again, and that has got to be it. 2, 3, and JP will retain the TCW United States Championship. But goodness graciousness, this is the first match that we've seen with Robbo where it kind of started to look again like the Robbo of old. Yeah, he might have lost the match, but he really hung in there. And kind of for the first time since the pin against Hogan happened to him, since the time he left and went to the WWE, and then shortly afterwards, it didn't take long, he ended up coming back. But since that happened, it is the first time since it has looked like Robbo. Now that has got to be a scary thing. You look at all the talent in the TCW, how much more crowded can some of these title belt pictures get? And I thought right there, or even right here, like the two, each way, I think they shocked each other at one point, you know what I mean? And I thought, oh, that might be the thing. But look at the bridge right here to get back up. And then finally, JP calling for it and hitting them with the red button. You see why it's called the red button? There is red all over that mat after hitting two of those things. What's going on, Raymond? Welcome.
And still, United States Champion, the All-American JP.
JP trying to start a new legacy, trying to make a new run. Again, Matt Storm defends it 10 times. Totes has defended it 11. Can JP start trying to approach those numbers, get his name on that list? But again, you win the United States title belt. It has been proven that that is no fluke. Now, we haven't got to see him since he won the belt in the ring, but right now we are going to see Blaze McCoy taking on the Universal. What is going on with that? Huh. Well, an interesting development here tonight. We will see if it plays itself out.
Contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 297 pounds.
But before it plays itself out, Blaze McCoy making his way down to the ring right now. And Blaze, another one you kind of expect to start to see some big things coming from Blaze. Blaze now being in the universe here for a couple seasons. Will this be his year that he gets on a roll? And look at the state of this.
Representing the War Raiders from Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 269 pounds, the Universal World Heavyweight Champion, Jay the Savage.
Now, this is crazy because for those who don't know, in the SSU, The mystery guy right there is the Lord Arthur Stevenson. Now, not signed by the TCW, but it looks like after what happened, maybe Jay Savage said, hey, we need to make sure. You can see Savage wearing the 4 pillars. Maybe he sold totes. We need somebody outside the company to be watching our backs. No telling what the corporate syndicate, what the Horsemen, or what the TWO has in store. So very interesting development here tonight. Seeing the Lord Arthur Stevenson make his way down to the ring, and again, not signed by the TCW. I thought the biggest thing would be Paul Ellering. Looks like he has become the manager of this new group being formed by Jay Savage and Totes. We have started to see people like Bobby the Brain Heaton and different people coming to the TCW and managing some of these wrestlers. And look, already Paul making his presence felt. The champ now getting back up, and Blaze doesn't see it coming. And Jay Savage back in control. Again, Jay Savage beating Stone Cold Steve Austin. And in the next episode, we will see the Wednesday Night Wars. So Jay Savage will be defending that title, probably trying to get some work in here tonight, but will be defending the Universal World title against a member of the WWE. Going on, Vipiro? Welcome to the show. Vipiro and Zach Hamilton will be defending their title belts tonight against the Team of the Irish. That team recently losing the Junior Intercontinental Tag Team titles and now getting a shot at the TCW World Championship belts here tonight. Blaze and Jay Savage going back and forth. Both men, you can see they're bigger guys, but both men right here trying to show that they can both be technical wrestlers as well. Oh, little reversal right there. And oh, swing and a miss. Went for that big clothesline. Blaze able to get up underneath it, however. That's what I was waiting for. Blaze always, when Blaze sees him, he always puts that in hashtag not my lord. Yeah, but that is the interesting thing, you know, not signed with the TCW, so it is interesting that he is here. Oh, Savage missed it the first time, but hits it the second time, and will this be setting up the triple butterfly? Blaze, though, able to kick out into both men getting back to their feet, and again, thought it was going to be the triple butterfly, but instead just hooking it. Oh, setting up for the old tripletta, the triple butterfly. Can Blaze survive it? Can Blaze reach over and grab the rope? 2, 3. And Jay Savage, even though he also got split open right there on the right side of his head, able to come away with the win. But again, you think about, like, if you guys don't know, the title belts give huge boosts in the TCW. So winning a Universal World Championship, it doesn't get any bigger than that. And this is one of those things, too, where it's just a matter of getting going, getting rolling.
Here is your winner, Jay Savage.
And now, and it's hard to say, you would think maybe Totes, you know, Totes is bald too, Paul Ellering, a little bald as well. Maybe Totes is like, hey, we got to bring him in, you know what I mean? Savage may have been the guy who said, hey, we got to bring in the Lord, even though he doesn't hold a contract in the TCW. We got to bring him in to watch our backs, you know. So definitely something to keep an eye on as we move forward and through this. Now, getting ready to see two former world champions squaring it up in the ring. Rowdy Hunt will be taking on Matt Storm. The Bald Brigade. That's exactly right. I saw that. I did see that. Blade's doing some of the stuff I'm doing too. Totes I kind of pulled it back a little bit, you know.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Four Horsemen from Bad Street, Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 306 pounds. The final champ, Rowdy Hunt.
I'm telling you right now, the old attitude of Rowdy, it seemed like when he really stepped into that corporate syndicate role, almost lost his edge a little bit. Not his toughness, but it was almost like he lost his edge since being back here with the Horsemen. Looking like he got that edge right back. We're going to see tonight in the match how that goes, because again, you got to believe Matt Storm looking for a little vindication. Looking to take out some frustrations of losing and having JP in the streak.
And his opponent, representing the NWO from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 249 pounds, the Captain, Matt Storm.
And it looks like they finally fixed that. We just saw Andrew Dubbs winning the TCW television title and bringing that belt down to the ring with him right now. Oh, that's funny. I don't even know if I looked at the name, to be fair. And this is an interesting strategy right off the bat. Trying to go and out-muscle Rowdy. Now, I'm not saying it can't be done. But that might be one of those things that fires Rowdy right on up. Rowdy now getting him back to his feet. Matt Storm still trying to get out, but look at the absolute leverage Rowdy's got right there and all the force on the back of his head. Then takes Storm, throws him over into where the Horsemen are. Now, realize we got the Horsemen, we got the TWO, we got all kinds of people down here right now. What's going on, JW Caliber? Welcome to the show. And that used to be Rowdy's finishing move, but we saw him move on. He has another one where he would throw you in the ropes and do kind of the same thing. Moved on from that and now has the Rowdy Recliner and Rowdy's Redemption. But it's good to see that he still has those moves located somewhere in his moveset. Matt Storm, though, needing to get things turned around and quickly. Yeah, they're both big guys, got it, but not sure what Matt did right there. Maybe he saw something that the rest of us didn't see and was like, look, I'm not going to go after Rowdy over in his own corner. And Rowdy kind of hanging back as well. Digital now. And Andrew Dubs talking to Matt. Matt's getting fired up at the announce table. And look at that, Matt showing you why. Like, yeah, Rowdy, a 4-time former world champion, but Matt Storm also a former world champion, and showing you why right there. That's funny. I'll have to look. I don't know if I fixed it or not. And does Matt Storm, maybe he realizes that Rowdy a little too much. Thought he had it right there. Did what he did, but Rowdy finding a way to get back into the ring. And oh, calls for a third. But Storm able to fight through, get back in control of the match, and that is what it's going to take. But look, clap on, clap off, the ear clapper. And look at how fast Rowdy could end your night. Like, serious, that wasn't even, that would have ended Frankie Two Fingers' night right there. I'd have been like, no, thank you. I've had enough. And now, we talked about it, we said the words, Rowdy trying to go for the recliner. Matt Storm trying to go for something too. And again, there is that crazy swinging neck breaker off the ropes. 1, 2. And Matt Storm kicking back out in 2. And I've said it when he walked out, I'll say it again. Look at it is like the old found attitude of Rowdy. And Matt wanted to say something to him, started to say something to him, and Rowdy's like, I'm here for one thing. And oh! Thought that was going to be the match. Rowdy fights through it, though, and continues fighting through it. And that has got to be like, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? There it is, Rowdy's old finishing move. But is it going to set up the new finisher? He's like, hey, stop kicking out. You don't get a kick out with that leg anymore. And how is Matt Storm recovering from some of these moves? You look at some of them, and you're just got to be like, there's no way. Oh, hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Rowdy able to kick it out in 2. I know, I wanted to see the managers brawl too. For the first time, last episode, we saw a manager kicked out, and it wasn't a cutscene. And here it is, Rowdy's redemption. That has got to be it. 1, 2. Well, for the second time tonight, I say it's got to, but I guess it doesn't have to be it. I guess they can keep going if they want. Like, I'm not opposed to it. And what kind of witchcraft is this? What kind of shenanigans was that move? We got crazy bad storms going on right now. Puts them, though, in the Boston Crab. And again, really working that midsection. Matt Storm trying to get, and you can see Matt Storm right in the old midsection there, like just bruised, battered, and beaten, but that has not stopped him. And here he goes, Rowdy recliner applied on Matt Storm. But look, Matt Storm, not only did he not tap out, he picks Rowdy up, and now Matt getting ready for it. And can he do it? Hits him with the perfect storm, hooks the leg. 1, 2, and somehow Rowdy kicks out of the perfect storm. And you can see the absolute frustration on the face of Matt Storm. Matt now just trying to get after it. And you always wonder when you see that frustration come out, at what cost is that going to be going on? And again, another, like, how do you kick out of that? I don't get it. 2, 3, and Rowdy comes away with the victory. But I'm just telling you, you look at that move. How could you possibly kick out of that move? Frankie Two Fingers, yours truly, nah, wouldn't be able to do it. We're sitting down at the local bar having a beer, right? I'll be having bourbon, but having a drink, and then you hit me with this move right here. And no, I'm out. I'm done. You won. Game over. I don't care if I could get up. I wouldn't get up. I'm just not going to do it. Wouldn't be prudent. And then you look at what's going on right here, and you're like, oh, perfect storm. Matt came back, and he did it. Ends up hooking the leg, but still, Rowdy's still able to kick out in 2 and then gets up. And again, he's put him in a couple finishing moves. Put a couple finishing moves on him, and that wasn't one of them. But it's just a really powerful move that ends up happening in the center of the ring. And again, it looks like Rowdy has got that attitude back. But to be fair, you watch that match, it also looks, oh wow, 4.5-star match in a singles match. But you still look at it again, and you're like, it almost looks like Matt Storm has got that hunger too. Like he was pretty pissed off, and it looked like he is a man on a mission. It just, his mission right now isn't Rowdy. Maybe it is the U.S. title. Maybe it is another title. We'll have to see coming up. So we wondered why, like, hey, why is Chilavok not out there? Now, we saw Chili win the Survival Championship, but gets a chance here tonight at King Simba. Can he take the Cruiserweight title away from Simba?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Cruiserweight Championships.
You know, it's funny. I start looking at, like, the roster, and then I start getting a little bit nervous. We start seeing some guys that aren't here anymore, some guys that were really a staple and a part of the base of our universe. But You look inside the chat, you start to see some more guys. You start to see the prime time really coming along. Chilovak, brand new, starting to come along. Matt Storm, fastest world champion ever in our universe. Frost Freeman, JW caliber. I mean, so to be fair, yeah, we've got a pretty solid base, but we've also got a pretty solid future. Like, future's looking bright. I gotta wear shades. You know what I mean? We have some other big things, like depending on when I might even do the deep dive tonight. We might just do the podcast tonight. It's possible. So much we could talk about. Just channel related, much less wrestler related, just with the channel and the ideas and the directions that I've got. Like, just got one little piece to figure out. But right now, more importantly, you can see Simba making his way down to the ring. Now, when he left, we knew he was in line for the throne of a land we had never heard of. He ends up leaving for a few seasons and now comes back wearing the crown, coming down the king. You can see the battle scars that he has got. Battle tested, comes back, wins the Cruiserweight Championship, and now will defend it tonight against the TWO. And the TWO has been on a roll. Matt Storm might have lost that last match, but there was no title belt on the line. Andrew Dubs, with a title belt on the line, ends up beating Blackheart. I mean, come on. Blackheart has been on a roll here for a while. Ends up finding a way to beat Blackheart. Can Chilovak find a way to beat Simba here tonight? And that's not even all. In the main event, Digital Dogs will be facing off again against Shakai with the world title belt on the line. Can he beat him in a prove-it match? Say it again.
Introducing the challenger from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 205 pounds, the Pro Wrestling Non-Stop Champion, the unpredictable Shan-E-Bond.
That is the other one, too.
And his opponent from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, weighing in at 204 pounds, the Cruiserweight Champion, the King Silva.
That is the other one, too. You know, I'm looking at playing some other games and doing some other things. Not on this channel. On the one that I just posted right there. So, if you guys want to stay up to date on that, go into that channel. Give it a couple subs right now. I think we're only up to 17. This was my second channel from a while back. It was going to be one thing, and then wrestling took off, and so it stopped us from doing it. So, but there are other games that I am interested in playing. And if you're interested in seeing it, go to the Totes My Goats #2 right there. Find that channel, subscribe, and do the thing. Yeah, the first one was amazing, so I can only imagine the next one as well. And look at the state of these guys. Like, they look to be about the same size. They look like they could be very similar in style. This is one of those matches that has the chance to be like the match of the night. Oh, look at this. Chilliwack trying to catch up. Play a little catch up right there to Simba's Mustard. And what I'm really waiting for in this match, how much are these guys going to start taking it off the ropes? How much are these guys going to start taking it off the top of the turnbuckles? How much are these guys going to play bouncy house on each other? You know what I mean? Yeah, I used to play games like Battlefield, The Division, all kinds of stuff, and that is what we're going to move to over on the other channel. For those interested, most of the people that are here, honestly, they're interested in wrestling. So, just to keep it a separate thing. And look at this again. We talked about this in other matches, and we're seeing it here also in this match. Chilliwack looking like he's got that newfound attitude of Digital Dogs. So you start taking the talent. Oh! And here is the King making his comeback, Mufasa. Woo! Say it again. Simba getting ready to do the things, it looks like, and trying to get Chili set up into a position to where maybe he can hit him with the King's Arrow. And you can see right there, he was getting ready to do some stuff. But Dubs getting up and making his presence known. Oh! Making it known. And took it right in the chin. But now, getting ready. Little 619 action. And he's calling for something. Getting the crowd fired up. Now telling Chili, giving him the old what for. And he's keeping him, though, right there in that corner. And look, the King's Arrow happens off that top rope. So when you're sitting in and he starts doing stuff to where he's trying to keep you in that corner, you best better believe nobody better be putting Chili in the corner. Because if he does, the King's Arrow's coming out. Owies are getting ready to happen, you know what I mean? Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Chili able to kick out in 2. Simba absolutely pissed off about it. Not having it and not happy about it. Picks him up. I thought Chili was going to be able to do something. Looking like a reversal was coming around, but the reversal of the reversal happened in Rosquetios. That was the King's Arrow. Chili able to get out of the way. Referee doesn't even know what is going on right here. And is Chili going to start taking it up off that top rope? Oh, he's loosening him up a little bit, looking like he's trying to loosen up some of them ribs now. He's going to take it. Can he land? And up, down, turn around, hook the leg, ring around the rosy, pocket full of kicking out in 2. Is he going to do it again? Oh, you didn't know? I don't know if you guys can hear that thunder, but that was very loud. And, oh, gets out of the way, but that would have ended the match right there. We would have had a brand new Cruiserweight champion. But Simba able to stop the top rope offense of Chilliwack. And Matt Storm reached in, almost grabbed the referee's foot. Chili must have said, no, I got it. And Simba going to the well again. 2 feet to the face. Called Chilliwack in the morning. And that has got to be it. That has got to be all over but the title defensive. And Simba will retain the TCW Cruiserweight Championship. But you see what I mean? Both these guys at one point right there towards the end of the match, they start getting up on that top rope, then they start letting it fly. Things start getting really exciting, and we start seeing moves we haven't seen in a long time in a match anywhere. We're seeing the pins go back and forth. Look at that, nails it. Then he goes back up again, tries again, says, hey, watch this. I'm going to do flippity-dippity-dippities. That's how many flippities he did. And then finally, the final nail in the coffin, the King's Arrow for the retaining of the Cruiserweight title.
Here's your winner, and still Cruiserweight Champion, the King
So Simba getting a hold of that belt from Zach Hamilton, now able to defend it against Chilliwack, and it looks like he is off to a quick start. Again, look at this. 4-star matches, 5-star, or 4.5, 3.5. Like, to get a 5-star match in the singles would be on another level. But getting 2 4s and a 4.5, a 3.5, and a 3, like, no match tonight has even been average. Yeah, almost like he's got a lion's mane full of hair. Simba. Now, hey, ladies, not in a lot of matches here tonight. Matter of fact, don't blink or you're going to miss this one. This is the one match during the night. Now, obviously, on the next show, they more than make up for that. But tonight, especially going from the 30-woman Rumble, we only have 40 women. They needed a break. But what is going on here? Oh, Rapincha getting off to a fast start and getting after the referee. Referee knocked down to the ground, but is that going to cost Rapincha anything in this match? We have seen her now. Last year, we saw her amazing in singles matches, amazing in tag matches, but for whatever reason, this year she has been amazing in tag matches, but hasn't really got it going in singles matches. Can she turn that around here tonight? Nikita, on the other hand, really kind of on the up and ups, really having her comeuppance right now and trying to prove that she can do it against one of the top female up-and-coming talents in the league. Circle of Life, I love it. What's going on, Herbie? Welcome to the show. Now, it's not that Nikita Walters hasn't been around for a while. She's been around as long as Brutus and Wade War Walters. She is their sister, but she has been more in the management type role. We have seen her in a few matches, and she's done okay. But here lately, we have seen her in more matches, and she is doing very, very well. So getting a shot here tonight at Repentia, can she take advantage, or will Repentia get things turned back around in the singles category? And that's just one of those things. I don't think you're going to outpower Repentia. I don't care how big you think you are. I just don't think anybody on the women's roster could outpower Repentia, even though she's short. You might out-technical. You might beat her in the technicalities, but you are not going to outpower her. Guys, remember, drop a like on this. Subscribe if you're new. Turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any time we go live. That is all free. And all very, very much appreciated and needed for the growth of the channel. So really appreciate it. If you guys like what you see. If you don't, hit the thumbs down button 2 times. Hit it 2 times, 2 times. Kill me softly with your thumbs down. 2 times, 2 times. But if you like it, get on board. What are you doing with your life? There is a link in the live chat on how to get into our Discord. Join the Discord. Become a part of the community. Kick back, relax. Let me do some entertaining. You know what I mean? Let me do the work for a little bit. Repentia telling Nikita Walters to get up. She does, and then goes right back down. Now, I'm just telling you, maybe if somebody told me to get up and then knock me back down, I might not be getting up. Next time they say it, I'll be like, I ain't doing it. Nice try, buddy. I know what happened last time. I'm not doing it. Repentia now taking Nikita over into the corner. Nikita turning it around. Little reverse DDT action for you. And look, we know Nikita isn't scared of anything. You see what her brothers look like. Absolutely not scared of anything. But even Frankie Two Fingers would not want to be getting in the ring. You know what I mean? Even that, I wouldn't want to do it. Prime time, my man. Thank you for buying your ticket. You even probably bought a couple other people's tickets. You know what I mean? Definitely doing the deal. Whoa, hooks the leg too. And Repentia kicks out in 2. And it's starting to look like maybe Nikita's trying to take that next step. Repentia, though, able to get out of the ring real quick, back in the ring, doing some tricky stuff. But Nikita's not falling for it now, taking Repentia back over into the corner. Repentia fighting through it. And look, at the end of the day, Repentia's just wanting to get some more bloody handprints on the outfit. You know what I mean? Oh, missed on that third shot. Oh, did you see that stiff right hook? And Repentia did not go off her feet. Now trying to recover, trying to get back in control. Whips Nikita into the ropes. But that is still amazing. What in the world was that? She's like, hey, some good jabs deserve some other good jabs. And now starting to fight back. Remember, she's got a move off the top rope called the Bloody Gumdrop. And all you got to do is say its name and it will appear. Bloody Gumdrop. And it looks like Nikita is out. but her body was positioned under the rope, so Rapincha knows she has got to get her out from underneath the ropes. Does it, and comes away with the win. It's hard to say in a match like that, yeah, Nikita lost, but it's hard to even say those words, because I think what happens in a match like that is the crowd ends up winning more than anything. But Rapincha here able to kind of stop the hot streak and of Nikita and the cold streak of herself. So is this going to be the stepping stone she needs to get things going back in her favor? Here it is, bloody gumdrop on the replay.
Here is your winner, the Russian Gladiator, Patera.
And so deceiving, does the little cutesy move right there, but then goes and punches you in the mouth. And look, did you see that straight right hook? Like, it was like, boom! And it was stiff, right to the jaw. Just gobbled that up, num, 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 num. Gobbled that up and turned the match around. And it was almost like from that point on, she's like, I'm winning this match. Like, that girl just hit me so hard, now I got to win the match. I ain't messing around with it anymore. So we have seen the TWO, and now we're going to see former TW. Look, and he's still wearing it, the badging too. It's almost like the former corporate syndicate members are like, in your face, I'll wear whatever I want to wear. And maybe that's why Sam Hacksaw tonight is facing off against GC Rock.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Syndicate from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Intercontinental Junior Champion, Sam Hacksaw!
Sam Hacksaw, current Junior Intercontinental Champion. Look at the state of that belt. One of my favorite belts. So simple. Well, they're actually wearing a lot of my favorite belts. You look at even the TCW World Tag Team title belts. Some of my favorite, they're my favorite tag title belts. Of course, the United States title, but then look at the simplicity of the Intercontinental title around Sam Hacksaw's waist. But it's very good. Like, it just looks good. Kind of gives you that old nostalgic feel a little bit with a new twist.
And his opponent from Manchester, England, weighing in at 306 pounds, GC Rock!
GC Rock still with the silver helmet for the entrance, still with the suit on. And again, we saw Blackheart wearing the suit as well. We know they're no longer in the corporate syndicate, but both men still wearing the suit down to the ring, almost as if to troll the rest of the TCW, almost as if to troll the corporate syndicate. Maybe this is one of those deals like loser has to take off the suit, you know what I mean? Loser can't wear the suit anymore. It's not, but I'm just saying, it feels like it's that. Now, we haven't seen a lot of deviations to GC Rock's helmet until this year. Looking like G trying a few different things with the helmet before returning back to his almost original look right here. Still shiny, but it is black for the in-ring appearance. Now, obviously, Sam Hacksaw giving up a lot of size. You're talking about a light heavyweight versus a super heavyweight. GC Rock coming in at about 308 pounds. So, but both guys still going after it. Both guys, like, obviously, G could show he could overpower him if he wanted, but really wanting to show the technical aspects. And we've seen that a lot this year where the wrestlers wanting to show that, hey, they've been doing it for a little while now. They're no startup promotion anymore. And kind of wanting to show off what they know in the ring. And then you look at a match like this, where it's going to have to start coming to fruition, where things are going to have to start turning around for Sam, is he is going to have to find a way to stay in control of the match. It doesn't have to be, I wouldn't believe anyway, it wouldn't have to come from big moves. But can you stay in control of the match, and can you not have big moves done against you? Those are going to start being the questions. Last year, too, with Sam, we saw, a lot of, face paint, a lot of stuff going on. This year, a much cleaner look. Charles Robinson starting to see the things that JP did over there. Taking off that turnbuckle pad. And now throws him on to the outside. Three Trailer Park Syndicate members went round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. What? See, I'm over here, so they can't hear me say that. So I wouldn't say it to their face, you know what I mean? Frankie Two Fingers, he don't roll like that. Oh, look at this. Oh, Zach Hamilton saying, hey, good job, GC Rock. Hacksaw gets in, and look at this. Thought he was going to try to use that chair to his advantage. Like maybe not by picking it up and using it, but by throwing or putting G on top of the chair. You know what I mean? Because then technically that wouldn't be illegal. Oh, he went for that again. G said no thank you. Return to sender. Swinging neck breaker. And now goes for the pin. And Sam able to kick out in two. Wally, Wally. You know, one of these days we might have to get Wally in the TCW. Give a little totification to Wally. And look at the hops right there. Sam now setting up for it. Can he finish it right here? Gets him up and back down. 1, 2. And G able to kick out in 2. G has got to be as shocked as anybody. Yeah, listen to the crowd. They aren't worthy. How did Sam Hacksaw get GC Rock up in the air? And G now taking it. Trying to take Hacksaw, but Hacksaw fights his way through. G fights his way back through. And that is usually the setup for the Rockopotamus. Sam obviously doing his homework, making sure not to have the Rockopotamus put on him. But it's one of those things you wonder, is he going to take it up top? You know what I mean? Is Sam going to start using the entire arena, or is he not? UPS man is here, so that's fun. Oh, Sam was going for that kick again, but look, G on the last time got out of the way. Now, huge slam. Pulls him back up. See, look, you can hear the Bark Squad. Bark Squad knows, like, hey, delivery's at the door. Oh, again. Oh, but this time, it almost was like Sam set him up, and now sitting in the center of the ring, duking it out. Put up your dukes. Put up your hazards. Back and forth they go. Sam tells G to hit him, and G does. Says, do it again if you think you're so tough. And oh, knock the taste out of his mouth. I was going to say, I don't think Sam will say it again, but he did. And look at that. Almost took his head clean off his shoulders. And the head probably not the right place to attack GC Rock. You know what I mean? That helmet. Holding on. But now, is that going to be enough? 1, 2, 3, and Sam Hacksaw comes away with the victory over GC Rock. Where I thought in the moment, I was like, that is dumb. Why would you stand in the center of the ring and tell this man to hit you? But that is exactly what he did. Able to get in enough shots of his own and get the victory against GC Rock. Unbelievable. Guys, halfway to the ticket goal here tonight.
Here is your winner, Sam Hacksaw.
Those guys looked like they were roughed up a little bit from partying too hard, you know what I mean? Sam, actually the one in the center of the ring that, like, maybe should be worn down a little bit. But another 4-star match, like, absolutely unreal. Guys, we are going to take a quick 2-minute pause for the cause before moving on to the final 2 matches of the evening. The Irish about to take on the Vipers, and Digital Dogs in the main event will defend that title against Jakai. And we're back, and better than ever. Final two matches of the evening getting ready to happen right now. Now you look at the Junior Intercontinental Tag Team Champions. Just lost that to an amazing tag team. But are they going to be able to take that next step? Now Kedry's, he's been here. Don't call it a comeback. He's been here for years. But this is a big deal for Jamison Emerald. Will Jamison Emerald be able to capture some of that magic, maybe even take that next step in his wrestling career? And make it happen on the big stage, you know what I mean? Or is he even looking to do it? Like, maybe not. He might not even be looking to do it. These guys just like to fight. So, there's also that. I said it was a big night for the TWO, but it's also been kind of one of them come-out nights for the corporate syndicate. Still don't know if they're going to hold on to that name, just call themselves a syndicate. Because that is what they were before. But still holding on to that badging of the corporate syndicate. So maybe that's our answer right there. Maybe we've already got the answer.
The following is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the World Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 457 pounds, Kid Ray and James Emerson, the and their opponents at a combined weight of 405 pounds, the World Tag Team Champions, Zach Hamilton and the Snake V. Pierre O. The Syndicate.
Crazy too, because you look at a lot of people, and I know when people are making their wrestlers, they're like, oh, I gotta have these big guys, or I gotta do this one thing, or I gotta do. Vipiro and Zach Hamilton and JP are all cruiserweights. You see these guys square off against some of the biggest guys, and it has no effect. The size has no effect on them. So when you're looking at making your guy, don't think you got to be a big guy. That is not the secret to this game. Now these guys getting in and out quickly. And we've seen the champs take on a couple different strategies where one of them, and we've seen them do it both ways, where one of them stays in a majority of the match, the other guy barely in. Barely out. Oh, look at this. JP is like, man, he just wanted to get in the match and do whatever. And that might have distracted Vipiro. Vipiro might have looked over and been like, hey, what are you doing? But we've seen it where Zach has stayed in the ring for a long time. We've seen it where Vipiro has stayed in the ring. And then we have seen him do this thing where it's quick tags in and out. Then we have seen him do a thing where it's pretty much equal time going both ways. So what will they do tonight against the Irish? That we don't know. We're gonna find out as the match goes on. And I think, you know, right there, Kedry all of a sudden was getting things turned back around, and JP immediately distracts Kedry, starts talking to him about how he's never going to be the champion, at least not the tag team champions. And it was enough to make Kedry do whatever. And look, now they're talking back and forth. JP put his hands on him. Oh! And JP just got tossed out of this match for putting his hands onto Kedry. So now the corporate syndicate, the Vipers, will be on their own without their manager. We used to never see this. And now we are starting to see it more and more. Kedry right there split open, and that might be a thing that actually helps out the Vipers. What? And it looked like the Vipers were going to use the count-out tactic right there. And you can see Jamison Emerald, he was over there yelling up the ramp, yelling at JP. Looks like JP finally out. And should be no more distractions, but you can see, like, I meant it might actually benefit Kedry being split open. Again, these guys are straight up bar fighters. So maybe being split open might be the thing he needs. Vipiro now getting Zach tagged back in. And finally, Jamison Emerald able to get in the match. Kedry down on the ground. You can see him. He's down over there on the side on the ground. So you can definitely see him. When is he going to get back up? Because right now, Jamison Emerald on his own in this fight. But look, Kedry put up a heck of a fight for a long time. Zach Hamilton trying to get things turned back around. And in this match so far, you have seen the experience of the champions right now winning out over the inexperience, especially in the tag team division that the Irish have. Yeah, they won the Junior Intercontinental title belts. Lost them, though, to an established tag team. And again, fighting another established tag team right here. Zach Hamilton able to get Vipiro in, but Vipiro has been absolutely dominating Kedry in this match. I was like, what is going on? Like, what is this next move? Oh! Oh, the referee, Charles Robinson, finds a way to get in the way multiple times. Vipiro, though, turns it into something. And now whips them back into the corner. Another double team incoming. Looked like an assisted flying shoulder block, and that is exactly what it is. But will it end the match? Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And Kedry's still able to kick out in 2. You know, like he hasn't been doing a lot as far as offense goes, but it does show his toughness, still able to kick out in 2 despite everything that's been going on. And Zach was kind of waiting right there. Kedry thought he was going to get back around, finally able to get back to his feet, but guess who's waiting on him? Vipiro right back in the ring, waiting on him. And what is this? Well, if you wanted to turn things around quickly, answer A would be that thing that just happened. Kedry, though, has got to keep his eye. Okay, he's doing it now. Looking like he's trying to get it turned back around, but you can see how slowly he is moving right here. What is going on with this? And look at Kedry's face. Like the blood, looking like he got cut right up underneath the eye there, and the blood coming down, looking like it may have even blackened the eye a little bit. Jamison Emerald really needing to stay in this match for a little while. Really needing. You can tell the body bruise and the damage already done to Kedry. Even if Jamison's got to slow it down, just slow down the match, stay in control, give your tag partner a breather. And then the corporate syndicate, they don't want that to happen. They want to keep the pedal to the metal. They want to keep the foot down on the love bus. Whoop, whoop, coming through. Chugga, chugga, rum, rum. Get Zach now tagged back in. Jamison trying to get to his feet, unable to do it. Oh, went for it again. Went for that. Oh, that was a hard right hook. Hooks the leg. Even Vipiro was like, what was that? That was like out of nowhere, Muhammad Ali style. Right hook. Right time. Now Zach trying to fight through it. Whips Jamison back over into his corner. And neither man wanting to let the double team happen, but want to or not, it's happening right now. Whoa, that was the snake bite. Jamison Emerald able to just take the snake bite. Obviously had the anecdote. And giving Kedry a chance to get things turned around. Thought Jamison would take Vipiro and throw him back in. Oh, this could turn things around. Pile driver, Texas style on the outside of the ring on that thin rubber mat. Kedry getting him back into the ring. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. And only a 2 count. But are we about to see the Irish car bomb? No. What was that? Kedry's been hit with that move about 1,400 times in this match. The old crazy reverse Pele kick. And we have seen him win on that move right there. Kedry trying to get back to his feet. Zach Hamilton not allowing him to do it. Hey, well, you made it back in time for the last 2 matches, at least. Oh! Again! Vipiro going for a big power move. Kedri able just to eat that move. But Vipiro, just like a snake, pulling a little sneakity-deekity, sneaking through the grass, trying to get the pin on Kedri's ass. And look at this. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. And the corporate syndicate, the Vipers, will retain the TCW Tag Team title belts. It looked like for a while there we might find a way to have some new tag team champions, but look, I'm just telling you, it's hard to beat the Vipers. Like, how are you going to find a way to beat the Vipers? And the amount of punishment Kedri took in this match on another level, the fact he was even standing for as long as he was, out of control.
Here are your winners, and still World Tag Team Champions, Zach Hamilton and the Snake v. Pierre the Syndicate.
The Syndicate able to defend and even gain a championship here tonight. So again, trying to close in on the TWO. Now, yeah, look at the TWO. They have the world title. Corporate Syndicate has the United States title. So it's like right there, neck and neck, on who has what and what kind of people wield what kind of power. So Digital Dogs will be taking on Jakai here tonight. Can Jakai find a way to win back the TCW World Championship? Can he become a 2-time world champion?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And this is another thing. We've seen the Corporate Syndicate all night coming down with multiple title belts, like with multiple people. We saw the TWO doing it under the leadership of Totes. We have seen the TWO tonight doing it. But when Digital Dogs comes down to the ring, when he came down to the ring to fight for that title, came down by himself, and now here tonight, and I'm kind of shocked that the Wolfpack isn't bringing the pack with them either. But Jakai came down the same way, and it looks like these guys are going to do the same thing here tonight. So one-on-one, straight up world title belt on the line. And look, how many times have you seen the world champion also be the hardcore champion? But look at Dogs. Like, of course he's the hardcore champion. And the only guy in our universe to make those belts look that tiny. That glowing W, the leader of the Wolfpack, making his way down to the ring right now under the veil of some darkness. Now you can see the pictures being snapped. But can Jakai win back the TCW World Championship?
Introducing the challenger from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 248 pounds, the Wolf. And his opponent from Authority Megacorp HQ, weighing in at 407 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion and the Hardcore Champion, the Destroyer, Dino.
Digital wasted no time putting his name on that title belt. But look at how tiny that belt looks. Like, when Jakai came out, it looked, and Jakai's not small either, but it looked like a big belt. Digital wins the belt, and it looks like a little Tonka toy, a little trinket that he might have put on his coffee table. And look at the brand new world champion, brand new attitude of Digital Dogs coming out with a big Hollywood Hogan style boot to the face. That's the other thing. It says a lot about even the character of Jakai wanting to come out and face Digital again, knowing what he just went through 2 nights before when he lost his title belt on the May Rumble. Big night for the TWO, but and that's the thing, like, you're going up against a guy like Digital. You've got, you got to try to maintain control, which isn't easy, especially early on in the match. You got to find a way to fight through and kind of wear the big guy down. And make sure that he does not stay in control of this match. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think he could too. Just like somebody put the keys in their pocket, he can put those title belts in his pocket. And again, another big power move being done onto Jakai. And it's almost like Digital is kind of trolling Jakai a little bit with that finishing move. How he beat him the first time, he keeps showing it to him like, hey, I'm going to get you. Hey, buddy, I'm going to get you. And then he doesn't. But still finding a way to fight through. And again, says a lot about the toughness of Jakai too. Look, I mean, Jakai absolutely taking Digital's best shots right now. But he does need to find a way to stop taking Digital's best shots. And you look at that move right there. Anybody else does it, picks you up on the shoulder, drops you down to a knee, probably doesn't hurt as bad. But then you look at Digital Dogs at 7'4". That's a long way to drop. And see, this might have been too early for Jakai, like 2 days later, to try to take on Digital Dogs. You think about the beating in the first match, and anybody would take this beating. Oh, he went for the finisher once. Jakai ducked it. Went for it twice. Jakai hit him right in the mouth. Went for it a third time. Jakai fought through it and now hits him with the wolf spike. Is this going to be the part where Jakai starts to make the comeback too? And I think he caught Digital off. Oh, Jakai went for his finisher, but I think he just caught Digital kind of off guard right there, because not a lot of offense coming from Jakai so far, but that Wolf Spike quickly turning this match around, and it might also be where Digital 3 or 4 different times tries to get Jakai around the neck, tries to set him up to end the match, and Jakai finding new ways to get through it. And for a 5th time, Jakai fighting through it again. And now Jakai hits Digital with his finisher. 1, 2, 3, and Jakai becomes the brand new TCW 2. What is going on here? Oh! Drew Hawthorne, the current Mr. TCW Money in the Bank, just cashed in his contract, said ring the bell. Jakai now down on the ground. Gets picked up, put back down, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and in one single move, Drew Hawthorne just becomes the first TCW World Champion to win it in one move. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? One Digital controlling the match the entire time. Somehow finds a way to win the match right here on that move. And then Drew Hawthorne comes in with one move, his finisher right here, to capture his very first TCW World Championship. The craziest thing about this.
Here is your winner and new World Heavyweight Champion, gentlemen, Drew Harrington.
The craziest thing about this, Drew Hawthorne is not only the TCW World Champion right now, he is also the TWC Junior World Champion right now, holding both belts. In 2 episodes, we've seen a lot of firsts. We saw Digital Dogs not only win the 30-man Rumble to give him a shot. So again, he's already got a shot at the very next Rumble at whoever's the champion. We just saw in the very next episode, for the first time ever, the Junior World Champion would typically come in to the TCW and start in the hardcore division, start at the television title division. But because he won the Money in the Bank, had a shot at the contract, we thought he would cash it in a long time ago. Cashes it in tonight while still holding both world title belts. That is unbelievable. Absolutely unreal. What does it all mean? Don't know. We're going to have to wait and move through and see what that all means. But congratulations going out to the brand new. We had 2. We now, Jakai, a 2-time world champion, never touched the belt. Was never awarded the belt, but won the match. And then Drew comes in one move. Never seen that before. In one move comes in and wins the World Championship on a cash-in. If that is possible, which obviously it is, that makes the Money in the Bank briefcase that much more important. Absolutely crazy. Man. Man, oh man, oh man. One thing, let's look at this just to see what is coming up, because it has been a minute, so you guys know. So this week, that's obviously a dark match. Maybe we end up having, before Smashville, maybe we end up having something. But look, Smashville is right there. The next episode will be the Wednesday Night Wars. Matter of fact, if we come in here real quick, I don't know why it's this image. Group images. Bam. Apply. Apply. So the Wednesday Night Wars, the very next. Then Thursday Outbreak, TCW or TWC Friday night, in which Drew is the Junior World Champion. A dark show, and then Smashville. So lots of things getting ready to happen, it looks like, in Smashville. Lots of things starting to unfold. Who gets their shot at Smashville? Does Jakai? Does somebody completely different? Like, who knows what's about to happen? We saw the Lord tonight, Arthur Stevenson, even though not signed with the TCW, make an appearance, backing up his Four Pillar brothers in another universe. Showing up just to show the support, even though he wasn't signed. So that's lots of crazy things just went down. Lots of crazy things happening already. I mean, it was only 7 days, and then crazy stuff goes on. But guys, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Remember, drop the likes, subscribe if you're new, turn on the bell notifications. You guys know all that stuff. 91% of our views come from people not subscribed to the channel. Let that sink in for a minute. I got to believe it's because you don't think it's free to create a YouTube account. You can create a YouTube account. You can subscribe to channels. You can share videos. You can like them. You can do all this stuff. You can turn on the bell notifications. All that stuff is free. I hope you guys will do that if you guys enjoy the content. If you don't, 2 thumbs down. You know what I mean? Don't hit that thumbs down button one time. Bam, bam. Hit it twice. Put a little stank on it when you do it. You know what I mean? But again, that is going to do it for us here tonight. From everybody here at the Totes Magos Network to all of you out there, remember, go out there, be the leader in your community. Go out there, be the person that shows the next person how to do things the right way. Just because one person's actions are one way, don't mean that your actions have to be the same. Oh, I was mean because he was mean. That's dumb. Sometimes you're going to be mean because they're mean. I get it, but I mean, that shouldn't be the reason. Sometimes people just need to be shown a little bit of grace. The world does an amazing job of dividing us. We got to fight to bring it all together. So I'm just saying, do that. But again, from all of us here at the Totes Magos Network to all of you out there, this is Frankie Two Fingers saying peace. We'll catch y'all in the next one.